What's good, family, and welcome back to the world of Prince. And today's video is going to be Drag Race recap, where we look at this past week's episode and I give my opinions on it. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Drag Race content. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. Started at the beginning. Last week we sadly had to say goodbye to Scarlet Envy. She really has given us some good looks this season and I am sad to see her go. So everybody comes back in the workroom and Ginger is of course excited because she has won that last lip sync. After that, the girls pull out their lipstick and it is revealed that it's split literally down the middle between Jan and Scarlet. But what would have happened if, if the lip sync assassin would have won? Like, what would they have done? I don't know. I think it's so interesting, but it was just a gag to know that they literally split it down the middle on the votes. So Ru enters the workroom and tells the girls that this week's maxi challenge is Rumerican Horror Story Cover Girl, which is basically like a parody on Ryan Murphy's American Horror Story. The girls will be overacting in this challenge, trying to give a little bit of their comedy chops. So the group sits down and they start discussing who's going to get what role. So they start passing out the roles. Ginger and Sonique wants the same role. They want to play Jessica Lange's character because she's kind of like one of the bigger roles to play. So they do another rock, paper, scissors and Ginger loses again. She gets like a rock, paper, scissors curse or something. She always loses at rock, paper, scissors. It's like, don't play it anymore. Or find a different way to get the role. Sonique gets it, she is pretty excited about it because she wants to show that, she has more range, or the judges ask for more. And I think Sonique just wants to take this opportunity to show the judges that, I can do more. Sonique was in the bottom, so I think she does want to prove that she, can take on those big roles and take that spotlight. So the other roles are starting to be handed out, and Trinity kind of wants to do the other role, but Pandora's like, oh, I'll fight over it. So, she just kind of lets it go. Because I think Trinity is very comfortable in herself, and she knows that she can do well in any role. So she's not gonna fight you over this role when she know, this week I might play it safe, next week I might, fuck you up. So I think that's how her mentality was. So she was like, okay, take you, girl. The girls get an unexpected call from the legendary Angela Bassett. Like, I was so gagged when they got this call. I don't know if you guys don't know, but Angela Bassett, she's just like legendary. She's been acting since the 90s and she has played in some iconic films. Nonetheless, What's Love Got to Do With It? Which like one of her most well-known films. She just is an amazing actress, and I think she just is a great mentor for the girls to have as far as an acting challenge. I think she gave like really good advice. Like, I know I'm biased because I do stand for Angela Bassett. She's the queen of the world for me. So I am kind of biased, but I think she just really gave some really sound and good advice. As far as an actor to another person. They're not actors, but an actor to another actor. Whatever. It was just really good to see Angela Bassett, in Drag Race. I got my life. So next is the performances. It is performance time of Rumerican Horror Story. They start the performance and it starts off well, but Raja is struggling with her character, and I hate to see it because I love Raja, but I know acting, the acting challenges aren't her strongest trait. Ross seems to be very annoyed with Raja's character. It's just funny because Ross is like so annoyed with it. He's just like, ugh, girl, don't do that. Like, but Raja already created this character, and I think it was hard for her to take the notes and keep true to herself. It wasn't really funny. I think Raja missed the whole thing. It's supposed to be funny too. It's not just annoying, So I don't think she quite grasped that. Eureka seems to be doing fine. It just seems like the judges want a little bit more variety from her, and she's just not giving to us. Like, she's giving to me. Eureka was extremely funny. She's doing fine. Like, I think she was doing, Eureka, but the judges was like kind of asking her for different ways to do it, and she wasn't really, I think, taking their notes. Honestly, she was just like doing Eureka. Ginger to me seems to be doing the best. She just is in her element. She just acting. She's overacting perfectly. She's hitting on her lines. She's staying in character. She just, she's just really killing it for me. I think this is, Ginger's week. She's doing a really good job in this challenge. Which I'm not surprised. Ginger always does well in acting challenges. Like, this is nothing new, especially when it's just her. I think she always does well in acting challenges, so it's not like anything surprising, but, Ginger is doing well. Pandora is close behind. I think Pandora's doing well. Again, this is in her wheelhouse as well. Pandora, acting challenges is where she shines. I think she's doing fine as Myrtle. She's funny. She's, at least in the performance, from what I see, it seems like, she's doing, pretty well. Jan seems to be a little bit in the middle role. I know this is kind of her gig, Jan, theater, this is her whole shtick. But I think she's doing fine. This role kind of was meant for her. She's being a loud, obnoxious Rachel Berry type character, and I get it. It was fine. I think she was doing well. At least it seems to be. Trinity is in that same boat. She kind of in the middle of the road. Trinity is doing fine. She's not doing amazing, but you know, she's definitely doing a good job. She's following, you know, she's hitting her mark. She's, you know, making the laugh. She's not really standing out. She's kind of like, you know, middle road. So I think Trinity was doing, you know, well. She was middle road. She wasn't excellent, but she definitely wasn't bad. You know, she was kind of like, you know, like right in the middle, right in the pocket. She was getting good jokes in, I think. Didn't seem like Trinity had any note. Like the judges were fine with her performance. So I think it's always a good thing when the judges don't necessarily have to critique you and give you any direction. I mean, you know, you're doing very well. Kyria unfortunately is struggling a little bit. It is inspiring to see Kyria because she just does. I think she just really does put her all into it. She is really trying. It's really motivational to see that she does put her best in it. But it just seems like she just is kind of struggling. The judges are trying to give her the direction to make her, you know, performance pop out a little bit, but I think I don't think she's getting in her head. I think she's just not ready yet, honestly. I have to say it. Like, I think she's just trying so hard, but it just seems like all the pieces aren't going together. But Kyria really is taking the judges' notes and putting them into consideration, and she is trying really hard, and it is really inspiring to see, but it just seems like she's not quite hitting the mark. It seems like she's not doing as well as I think she wants to do. It's hard to see because Kyria is one of my favorites, but she is struggling in this performance, honestly. So it comes down to Sonique, and she's doing the Jessica Lange part, and Michelle is like, you know, you're at a 7, we need you at a 15, and she does it again, and she's like, is this not a 15? And Michelle's like, and now. Michelle actually got down, and she showed Sonique how to do it, and I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. I don't think any judge has ever, like, literally shown them exactly how they want it done. But she came down, she did amazing. She's very helpful, I think. A little over helpful, honestly. Like, girl, you giving her all this and showing her exactly how to do it, like, okay. Work. Why you do that for Kyria? Show her how to do it. Anyway, I digress, but I think it was just a really good moment that she came down and showed, you know, that this is how you do it, and I thought, you know, Michelle just had her little thing, and I thought it was just a really cute thing. Next up is runways, and the category is, oh my god. First up is Ginger Minj in like a witch doctor type of garment. I think it's fine. It has a lot of personality to it. And I like the little voodoo doll that she had on her side. I thought that was just a really nice touch. Overall, I think it was a successful look. You know, it definitely was one of my favorite looks from Ginger, and I give her a 2. Next up is Eureka in a like Bride of Frankenstein 18th century type of look. I thought it was really different and really creative for Eureka. It was kind of outside of the box. Definitely a different makeup for her. I thought, you know, it was just a really different look for Eureka. I think it was really successful. I give it a 2. Next is Trinity K. Bonet in a very elegant black look. I honestly really fell into this look. I thought she just looked so expensive, and that fabric was just beautiful. I just really liked it. It was just huge. I can't believe she fit that huge garment into her suitcase to bring the Drag Race. I thought it was a very phenomenal look. Very successful look for Trinity, and I had to give it an absolute 2. Next up is our girl Raja coming down the runway in a very, very supermodel Naomi Campbell look. I really like this look, honestly. I really fell into it. Again, I thought this was a very successful look for Raja. It looked very well made. I liked her makeup, I liked her hair, I just liked everything about her, honestly, from top to bottom. Raja's garments this season have been very well made. I know that she is a seamstress, but this season she really is going all out with her, you know, her looks. It really is an elevated drag, and I give her an absolute 2. Next up is a Kyria C. Davenport coming down the runway in yet another stunning runway look. It's in the theme of goth. She has like a huge cross on her head. Her garment just looks really expensive and really elegant. I just really thought it was a really successful look. I'm no seamstress, so I don't know exactly what these materials are that Kyria is using, but it just looks absolutely perfect. It just looks like it's tailor-made for her body, and I give her an absolute 2. Next up is Jan in like a demon girl look. I think she did a really good job, even down to the details of putting the contacts in her eyes to make her eyes look that way. It just makes it look more creepy. I think it's just a really successful look. I think this look could have easily looked kind of theatery. Did a good job execution-wise, like the whole look comes together. I think Jan did a good job this week. It's just a very well-made look. It looks, you know, very creepy. I give her absolute 2. Next is Sonique, looking absolutely stunning per usual and wearing basically nothing at all. Sonique to me has had nothing but strong runways this season, and this one is no exception. It is very well made, even though I think it could have been a little bit more creative, but I thought it was just so well put together, and she looked stunning in it, and I give her absolute 2. Next up is Pandora in like an 18th century type of look. I thought it was very well made. I enjoyed it. I thought, you know, it fit her well. It looked kind of creepy. She had like a cross at the top. I thought it was, you know, it was just well put together, and I give her a 2. So after Rue and the judges give their critiques, it's found that Sonique is the top all-star of this week. So Rue makes his other decision, and it's found, unfortunately, that Akira and Raja is in the bottom. Sucks. It really sucks to see these 2 amazing queens in the bottom because they're just so talented, and it just sucks that they're again, just like in their season, in the bottom together. It's unfortunate because I really do like these both equally. They have the little moment where they're saying that they're sad to see that, you know, it's literally the same as it was in their season where they both were in the bottom and they basically had to, you know, choose whether you want Akira or Raja, which sucks. I think they're both amazing, but you know, it's just how the game is played. I think they really both gave very sincere, you know, reason why they want to stay, or, you know, their situation. Raja was crying, Akira was just, you know, kind of defeated, honestly, which sucks. I mean, it is her 3rd time in the bottom, so, you know, kind of odds are you going home, so it's just like, damn, this sucks. I think it is the right decision, though. They were, to me, the weakest of that week. So yeah, I mean, this is how the cookie crumbles. It is unfortunate, but you know, they had to pick either Raja or Akira, which sucks, but you know, it's what it is. So next, the curtain drops and it's revealed that this week's lip sync assassin is no other than the iconic Manila Luzon. So I thought Manila and Sonique did a really good job this week. They did a lip sync to Christina's Dirty, and I just thought they were amazing. I definitely think Sonique had the upper hand with all her splits and just how sexy she was. I thought overall, I prefer Sonique's performance better, but Manila, as per usual, she did a really good job. I think she just did not necessarily match Sonique's sexuality in this song, which it needed. It was dirty. She was right on theme with it. Even the way she dressed and everything, I think Sonique just really sold this performance more for me. Sonique really had that Christina energy that, you know, this song needed. I thought she really just did a better job to me. So Rue picked Sonique obviously to take the win. I mean, she obviously did the better job. Ooh, Sonique has to reveal her lipstick, and she has chosen Akira C. Davenport to get the chop. It is especially sad for me because Akira was, for me, it's like top 4. I thought she was going to at least be top 4. So it is a little bit of an upset to see her out so early. But, you know, it is still a chance with this game within a game thing because we don't know exactly what it is. But it is still, you know, just sad to see her go. I want to thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Drag Race content. And tune in next week for a new episode of Drag Race Recap. This has been Prince, and I'm out.